Oh, hey. Um, so I realized I should really be doing my Loser videos because my upper lip totally disappears. It's all like, but whatever. Anyhow, so let's talk. You and I. Let's do this. Okay, well, I'm gonna talk and then, if you can relate or have any stories of your own or maybe even a good fucking YouTuber that you want to point me to. I don't care. Link it below or tell me below. I do care. So, because my theory or whatever, life motto type thing is no pain is in vain if you can help another. So, if what I went through can help someone, even just one fucking person, that'll make me happy. It sounds weird, but it's all worth it. So, alright. So, the first night, Vance and I got raided. Late October 2009. I'm 20 years old. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm 20 years old. I'm with this dildo douchebag. I had months previously promised him, given my word, which is dangerous for me because I always keep it, that if and when, because he's like, look, bitch, I'm going to get popped sometime. I talk like this when I talk about him or refer to him talking because he thought he was a gangster. So anyways, I'd be like, look, bitch, I'll be popped someday. These piggies be trying to get me for years. And it's bound to happen, And he's like, look, I have this extensive record. Blah, 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 blah. Hello, train. And you really don't. You just have one minor little infraction, So for you, it'd just be a slap on the wrist. Versus for me, I go to prison for a while. Hello, Mr. Train. Two in the middle and I can't dance, Josie. Hold on, wait for it. Did you fall asleep? There's no way that's all. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so where was I? This dildo douchebag. Okay, so yeah. I'm like, alright. Yeah, I'll tell him it's mine. That's what he wanted me to do. If and when I get popped, when the cops bust me, will you take the blame for it because you don't have a record and, if I get popped, blah, blah, okay. So, or if I get charged, I'll do a lot more time than you would. So I promise him that I'll take the blame. I'll tell him it's mine, blah, blah, blah. So, this night, I was making puppy chow in the kitchen. And the kitchen was towards the back, and the front of the house towards the main street, obviously. And but everyone that lived on that block came through in the alleyway. There wasn't anywhere to park in the front. You came through the alleyway and parked in your little driveway in the back. So anyhow, I'm making puppy chow, and Vance goes with the neighbor dude to get blunt wraps and something else, I don't know, whatever. And so anyway, they leave. I'm making my puppy chows, mind my own fucking business. And so the kitchen's the first room you go into when you enter the house from the back, which is our front door basically. The main use one. So Making the puppy chow, and all of a sudden I hear screaming. Like, women screaming, and I'm like, looks good. The fuck, okay? So, I don't know why I did that shit. It's only 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't fucking judge me. Or do, actually. It's my kink. Anyhow. So I make a puppy chow for the fucking nth time. I only say it 1,000,000 times because I'm reminding myself. And I hear the screaming, and I go out there, and I see 2 men fighting on the ground, like wrestle fighting, and 2 women standing there, screaming their fucking heads off, literally, as if that's gonna stop them. Like, have you ever fucking witnessed a fight stop because someone's screaming? Because I haven't. Ever. Okay? So they're being annoying, screaming. And I'm like, look, I don't really give a fuck that you're fighting. I don't really give a fuck that you're screaming, except the fact that you're annoying, but whatever. Just don't be bringing this shit in my fucking yard, because they were getting awfully goddamn close. And they really shouldn't even been in that yard, because it was our neighbor's, our friend's yard, and they were a house down from there, or maybe another house down. They're like 2 or 3 houses down from us. And, so they're like, okay, well, and then the woman yelled, she's gonna call the police, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna call the police, just don't fucking bring it into my goddamn yard, keep it out of it. So they move it back more into the neighbor's yard, which still wasn't their yard, but whatever. And, I go back to my puppy chow, and I hear screaming again, so I go out there, and I'm like, what the absolute fuck? And, I tell him again, keep the fuck off my property. Go back to making my puppy chow. Vance and Matt get back. That's neighbor's name. And, I go outside, because, the screaming doesn't stop. In fact, it just gets, like, crazier. So I go outside, and, the neighbors had a van, and they took it to go get this shit. So the van's parked there, like, just all haphazardly, willy-nilly, in the middle of the fucking alleyway, not parked at all, like, in the driveway. Doors open, just left wide open, and there's a fucking brawl going on suddenly in between our backyards, like, right in the fucking line, basically, that would separate it. Holy shit, another train. God damn. The train gods are mad tonight. They angry I make so many video. Oh, fuck. How can I appease it? A sacrifice. Who's willing to be the sacrifice? Just kidding. It's a joke, it's a fucking joke. Just kidding. So there's fucking brawl. And I'm standing there watching it. Because, there's Vance, Matt, okay? The 2 women that were already there with the dudes that were fighting, the 2 dudes, that's 5, 6. Matt's woman's sister, Matt's woman's sister's man, and then, the younger brother of Matt, who was like 19 or so, very much in shape. The sister's boyfriend was a very tall, big dude, and Matt wasn't exactly small himself. So anyhow, I'm watching this go on, and it had recently rained. There's a puddle there and a puddle here and there, whatever. And it's just crazy because, like, Javon, I think? Anyway, the sister's boyfriend, like, I'm watching all this fighting like a fucking movie or something, and the boyfriend has one of the guys, and he's just, like, marching, walking, but, like, lifting his, fucking knees real high, like, marching with this dude's fucking head. He's got him by the head on his fucking knees, like 20 feet across the yard, and I was like, holy shit. And then I see some dude like fall into the puddle face down, and Vance come over and fucking boot him in the head. I'm like, good thing that wasn't a curb. Damn, son, American style. Anyway, so things got a lot more crazy from there. I can't really, it gets a little hazy. Legally I can't really quite tell you what happened, but anyway, it just gets crazy. Then all of a sudden, like, people flee because we had a scanner and it goes off, and we're like, oh, fuck, the cops are coming. Someone called the cops. Some crazy ass shit. I just saw a huge ass bug, like big old wings. What the fuck? It's the Mothman. Anyway, god damn it. Yeah, so the cops are coming, right? Something about shots fired. I don't know who the fuck would even say that or why, but okay. So anyway, the cops are coming, so, you know, we sell weed, and there's scales, and, you know, bongs, and pipes, and chillums, and papers, and lots of weed. Pills, he did a lot of pills. And anyway, so we go inside. He goes in to, like, change his clothes and shit, like, he's fucking nutty. And he changes his clothes and leaves, and ooh, that felt good. So I go and I'm trying to pick everything up and shit, like hide everything, you know, get it all out of fucking plain sight at least. And he leaves me, of course. Like, well, okay, so like we hear, you know, as the cops are coming because we have the scanner, and so he and I put up a tower hook over the back door because it had a big window in it, and that's where they'd be coming up to give us just that little extra, you know, bit of time. So then he leaves, and the cops pound on the door, and I go to answer it. Because, you know, I went back to my puppy child, be all like, calm, cool, collect, try. And so I go to answer it, and they just fucking barge in there. Like, they fucking boot it in, and I'm fucking pissed. Because I'm right there and going to answer it, and it's just, you know, fucking male cops suddenly fucking bunch of men. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? And just automatically, reflexively, I just, you know, put my hands up. I'm like, you know, pushing them back, like, get back, what the hell? And they're like, ma'am, you need to stop that. We'll arrest you for interference right now if you don't. So I stopped instantly because I'm like, fuck, I gotta try to protect this house, the weed. So I'm like, okay, sorry, whatever. So they come in. I'm like, why are you here? And, you know, oh, blah, 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 shots fired. We, you know, have to come and check things out. So I'm like, all right, well, there's no one else here. It's just me. Oh, we need to come look. So the other two go and look for the dude with the gun, I don't fucking know, that ran off, supposedly. And, so I'm left with the sergeant. He comes in, and he's talking to me, asked me a bunch of questions, you know, do I have a boyfriend, does he live here, and I'm like, yes, I do have a boyfriend. No, he doesn't live here. He, you know, he keeps his things here because he's homeless, but, you know, he stays here sometimes. He doesn't live here, though. Was he here today? Yes, but it was hours ago. Okay, what was he wearing? And I'm like, and I'm stirring the puppy chow while talking to him, just trying to calm my nerves and be as normal as possible, even though I look back and I'm like, that was not fucking normal. Anyone else would just shut it the fuck off. But I'm like, I'm making puppy chow, cop. You want some? I know it's not donuts, but please. It didn't work. Anyway, so I'm like, because he's like, what was he wearing? I'm like, well, he had like some blue, like light blue Abercrombie, I think, or maybe Hollister, like sweater jacket thing on, and like some just plain dark blue jeans. No, maybe they were khakis. And I just gave him a totally false description because Vance was, like I said, he only wore huge baggy jean pants, and he had light jeans on that day, and like fuck, what is the brand? I can't think of it right now. Dang it. a lot of South Pole jeans, South Pole shirts, and like fucking hats and shit. So I gave him a totally false description. So that's a dude they're out looking for. And okay, so he sees a bullet shell casing, whatever, on the table, and he's like, or a bullet, whatever. What the fuck's this? And I'm like, that's a bullet. And he's like, why do you have it? And I'm like, because I collect bullets. And he's like, well, I'm like, yeah, actually. Would you like to see another one of them in my little collection place? And he's like, yeah, sure. Because, cop, anywhere else in the house. Yeah, I want to go. And so I go in the bathroom. It's just right in the next room. And I get out of this little drawer that I happen to have another one in, thankfully. Which I really do like bullets. And I did kind of collect them, but not like that. But anyway, so I'm like, see? And so I can tell he's pissed off because, like, and so then he's like, well, I'm gonna take a walk here. And I was like, I don't think so. And he's like, I'll look for the dude. And I was like, he'll be something here. And he's walking, So I'm like, of course, I'll believe him. He's walking to my fucking house. And then the next room from there, because the way the rooms were set up for the house, 4 rooms, kitchen, back left, living room, bedroom, bathroom. So you walk into the kitchen, you take a right to the bathroom, going through the door through there, go to the bedroom, go through another door out through the bedroom, go to the living room, which there's front right there, and then go to the left, and there's a door to the kitchen doorway. So anyhow, I mean, you could just literally run circles through it if you wanted. That's a funny story. The neighbor that we were friends with once, he had a cat, and he wanted to mate it with our cat. And so Vance's like, okay. So the cat was in heat, and our cat was like definitely down trying. And he chased her all over the fucking house in circles. She went up and jumped in the fridge from him and shit, and her down, like bite her neck. I beat the cop. But then I look at him and I'm like, the realization just hit me. I'm like, he's gonna get this from me no matter what. So it's fucking pointless. And he gets it. and the couch was set up like the back made like a little hallway behind it. Like if when you come in the front door, like you know, parallel to the wall, like over 4 feet, you know. So anyway, so I made a little hallway, and we're behind the couch, and there's an iPod there. No, yeah, iPads like didn't exist yet, I don't think. Whatever, it was like the fanciest new iPod, whatever the fuck it was, and he's like, "Whose is it?" I'm like, "That's mine." And then my memory goes blank. Everything goes black. And then the next thing I know, I come to, and I'm bent the fuck over the couch with him right behind me, like his hips in my fucking ass. My hands behind my back, and I'm like, the fuck is going on? My like cheek, you know, pressed up against the couch, looking to the side. And like that's what I'm wondering. And I see Ray Ray, one of Vance's friends, one of the ones that was actually really decent to me, that I really liked. Well, they were all, except for two, decent to me. But, so, I see him, and he's like, he comes in the back door, like, flying, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing to her, dude? What the fuck are you doing to her? And then I see another cop go in and, like, drag him out of the back door. Well, and then my memory goes black again. Everything goes blank. And then I come to again, and I've got a cop on this shoulder holding me, like, by my shoulder, and a cop on this shoulder holding me up by my shoulder off the ground. And they take me outside, and like the whole way out, might as well have been like 10 minutes, because like I came to again when they had me by the shoulders, you know, like off the ground already. And then I like blacked out again. I come to again, and like as I'm getting closer to the door, then I realize, you know, I'm outside. And then I come to again, and like right before they did what they did, and I realized what they were going to do, and it was like, oh fuck, this is going to hurt. As they had me like pretend this is my body, like this part up here is my head. Hold on. Yeah, this is my head. That's weird. These are my arms. And so yeah, so I'm like this up off the ground, you know, because my palm here, that part is my my legs. Okay, so they have me off the fucking ground, and I come to, like when I'm about like this, and I'm like, I see the ground, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna hurt, and then it's like slow, you know, like slow motion, and then BAM! Right on my fucking face, dude. Right on my face. And, like, no way to catch my fall or defend myself in any way. Like, they fucking physically slam me down on it. And then like one gets on my lower legs, and the other one gets on like my lower back, like a knee on my lower back, and like on my ass, and they're like cuffing me. They get me cuffed, and the one in front of me standing is like, "Get up!" And I'm like, you know, blacking in and out, and they just did that, and I'm on my belly like a fucking fish out of goddamn water, like, the fuck out. Okay, got my hands behind my back. This cop, like, literally petting me down. Okay, now he's off me, but yeah, I can't really get up, like, right this second when you fucking want me to, buddy. Anyway, so I get myself up, and they escort me to the car, and my last look is of the doorway lit up with all the cops in the house, and I'm just like, I fucked up. They're gonna find it all. It's all so vulnerable, and they're gonna find it all. So anyhow, I get bailed out by someone who's a good friend and owed Vance money anyway, and I go to find him, and I end up finding him, and the cops are still searching the house, And he's like, go ask them for a search warrant. Go back, tell us home. You want to see the fucking search warrant. So I'm like, alright. So I go up to the back porch and I'm like, and the, not sergeant, but like captain maybe, like, the dude in charge of the whole fucking search and blah blah blah, DEA maybe, I don't fucking even know. He's back there, his arms crossed, all, authoritative. Respect my authority. And, like, hey, buddy, I'd like to see your search warrant. He's like, it's on its way. So I'm like, alright. So I go back to Vance and I'm like, he said it's on his way. It's like, no, fuck that. Tell me you want to see it right fucking now. And I'm like, okay. So I go back there. And I'm like, I want to see it right fucking now. Like, you need to show it to me right now. And he's like, I told you, it's on its way. What am I gonna do? So I go back and I tell him. He's like, no, you go and you fucking demand it. Okay? Which I do respect that part of him. Like, fuck that shit, go and ask and get that. Because they illegally searched our home for 6-7 hours before they even had one. And, like, they had already taken everything out of the house, found everything, whatever. Like, wouldn't let me in, by the way. Because he kept sending me back, and he wouldn't let us, he wouldn't let me see it because they didn't have it. And then he's like, well, fuck that. Okay, go ask to use the bathroom. So I'm like, alright. Like, hey, can I use the bathroom? Well, only if this officer here, female, escorts you. I was like, fuck off. I don't have to go that bad. So I go out to Vance, and I tell him that. Fuck that, because I'd already asked to go in, and they wouldn't let me. And, anyway, they ended up following me back, of course, because they knew. And, arrest us both for, first they say 2.5 pounds a week. And this is the part, at first I was like, you fucking idiot, what the fuck? But really, like, now thinking back on it, I'm so glad he did this, because it's fucked up, and, it really doesn't make that much of a difference, because it's already over so much weed, so, they're like, we're arresting you for possession and distribution of 2.5 pounds of marijuana. And Vance is like, what? Wait. What, 0.5? And they're like, 2.5. He's like, no. Fucking hell no. And his face gets fucking bright red. Like, that's when he's pissed. And is, and like, they've already got him cuffed. And he's like, fucking no. He's like, he's like, no. I have fucking 3.5 pounds. Fucking recheck it. 3.5. Check it. I fucking know. He fucking knew. Okay? Like, he had just re-upped. And as much of a piece of shit and asshole he was, like, and stupid in the long run because his ego and shit, he wasn't really dumb. Like, he was really smart about it. And that's how he'd gotten away with it for so long. And, no, he did have 3.5 pounds, and that's what we ended up getting charged for the first time. Second time, 3.5 pounds, again. So, yeah, because he's retarded, and, kept selling. I tried to find a job. I did. Walked everywhere. Snow, sleet, fucking rain, hail, heat, fucking everything. My boots had fucking holes in them, like, badly. And, I mean, from walking all over town looking for a job all the time. And ended up finding one once at a restaurant. And I'd go and I walk there and be there early every day that I worked. And I did the best job I could and was really polite to the customers. I was a waitress. And, it was still the beginning and they were going to put me on the schedule, because, like, at first, you come up in the middle, in the middle of shit. So they, like, were just telling me when to come in. So, it had been a couple days. He's like, you need to call them, ask them if they need your help. When do you come in? So I called them. And some chick answers, and I know who I don't remember her name, but I remember who she was from there, and when I worked there. She might be a manager, but she definitely wasn't the fucking boss. But anywho, so she answers, and she's like, hello, and I'm like, hey, it's Candy Christie, and, or Ellis at that time, and, wondering when my next shift is. If you guys need me to come in, I'm very available, when, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, we will no longer be needing your services. I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, you don't work here anymore. I'm like, says who? And she's like, the boss. And I was like, what? And I tell Vance, and he's like, no, fuck that. Tell you and talk to the boss. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right, well, let me talk to him. And she's like, he's busy. She says he's busy. And he's like, no, fuck that. Tell the bitch you're gonna fucking talk to him. Like, demand to talk to him. So I'm like, well, I really need to talk to him because you're not the boss. And if I'm being, fired, I want to talk to him and find out why. Why am I being fired? Why? What did I do wrong? Because I haven't done anything wrong. And she wouldn't tell me. Nor she put me on the phone with him. And Vance just got further agitated at me because of her. Like, not at her, at me. Because of her, like, literally. And was screaming at me to scream at her, basically, and it made me really uncomfortable. But when you're when your abuser screaming at you do something, you generally do it. And well, to an extent. I mean, that's why he kept screaming at me, because I wasn't doing a good enough job. Anyway, she threatened to call the cops, and I told him that, and then he let it go. But I am positive it's because my fucking face was on the goddamn news for selling marijuana. People probably noticed, if not one of the workers. And was like, she's a drug dealer. Even though it was still, like, pending charges, but whatever. Anyway, fuck, there's something else I was gonna say right now. Oh, so, after the first time, I have a court-appointed attorney, and, talking to him one day at the courthouse, and we're getting into the elevator, and we're, like, on the way there, he's like, well, fucking, so he's like, well, here's the deal. The DA says, the judge, whatever, says, you can get your deferral, but under the condition that you tell the judge that both you and Vancellis were in possession and distribution of marijuana. And I was like, whoa. First of all, fuck off. No, but I was like, no. And then I was like, why? But why? Why does he want me to tell the judge that? And he was like, well, because then if Vance takes it to court, which we were going to, then you'll be subpoenaed to testify against him. And I was like, fuck no, no. Fuck you. Even if he wasn't my abuser, there's no fucking way in hell. So I go home and I'm like, yeah, this is the deal. He's like, fuck that shit. Fire that motherfucker. He made me fire a court-appointed attorney. That was an awkward conversation. Anyway, but, it's like, well, you know what? It's like, what? He's like, the state can't force married couples to testify against each other.